everybody and welcome to our honeymoon in Sicily. We arrived yesterday very late at night, so this morning we came to this beautiful boat that I'm gonna show you right now in this video as I'm talking. It's the best boat that we've ever been to so far. I mean, see it for yourself, it's amazing, and we can't wait to stay here and explore Palermo, and also in the following days we're gonna go to the other part of Sicily. I'm so excited. This is my first time in Sicily. I wanted to come for so long here, but now it's the best time because it's our honeymoon. Enjoy with us and buy my Sapore necklace. This is the blue limoncello necklace that perfectly goes with my t-shirt La Dolce Vita, which is exactly what we are going to be doing in the next 8-9 days in Italy. We are ready and let's go to the beach. We are going to the beach first because not only this was mid-August, that is the hottest time in Sicily, but also it's the time when Italians are as well on vacation, so everywhere it's super crowded. We didn't rent a car at all on this trip, so everywhere we went it was with a bus or train, so we were a bit limited, but I have to say that with buses it's quite easy to reach some of the beaches. Of course, some of the more hidden ones and probably the more beautiful ones are reachable only with a car, so hopefully someday we are gonna come back and explore those beaches as well. But for now we took 2 buses to go to Vergine Maria beach, and it was a quite nice beach, but we had a little accident. POV, you go to the beach and your husband loses his wedding ring. Still have mine though. Sapore. The girl that was hosting us on the boat gave us so many recommendations for restaurants and places around Palermo, so we wanted to try one of the restaurants, but first we took a little walk around the city just to get the vibe because we've never been to Sicily, as I said. And then we walked towards the restaurant, but unfortunately it was fully booked, so definitely I would recommend reserving a table if you are coming during high season. Luckily we found a spot in another restaurant that she also recommended us, so we had some pasta and we shared fish with some potatoes, which was very good. Good morning. Today we are going to explore a bit of Palermo and then we are going to Cefalu. Palermo is the capital of Sicily and therefore has a lot to offer. So our exploring day started with Fontana Pretoria, which is right in the heart of the city center, and it's a huge Renaissance fountain built in Florence, and it was moved here in the 1500s. Interesting thing is that locals nicknamed it Fountain of Shame because of the dozens of nude statues surrounding it. But today is one of Palermo's landmarks, and of course you can't miss it if you come here. Then just a few meters away, you will find the Church of San Cataldo, which is small but instantly recognizable with three big bright red domes. It was built in the 12th century by the Normans, and it shows the blend of cultures that shaped Sicily. You can see Arab, Byzantine, and Norman influences all in one place. It was time to try the best cannoli in the city, and I heard the best ones are right here, hidden in the small convent run by nuns. It's called I Segreti del Chiostro, and I can say that these were the best cannolis I ever tried in my life. After a short walk, we arrived to Palermo's Cathedral, which is one of the city's most important monuments, and I was amazed by how big it is because it doesn't look like any other church in Italy, and that's because throughout the history, every period has left its own mark. You can find Arab arches, Norman towers, and some Gothic and Baroque details. We didn't go inside, but I also saw that there is a rooftop where you can climb up and see the view of the whole city, so hopefully we can do that some other time. But now we had to rush to catch our train to Cefalu. Just about an hour from Palermo, you will find a small town called Cefalu, which I liked more than Palermo, I have to say. You don't need a specific itinerary. We just wandered around, took some pictures for my brand Sapore, and enjoyed the beautiful ceramics that we found all around the city. I love these Sicilian colorful ceramics. They are so beautifully painted, and even the small magnets and souvenirs are done with ceramics, so I really wanted to buy all of it. So we wandered around, we grabbed some snack, and we also found the old wash house, which is from medieval ages, and it was the place where women used to wash the clothes. So it's very interesting that it still stayed in the same shape as it was before. And then we headed to the beach. Cefalu has a long sandy beach, but also on the other side you can find a more private spots on the rocks. So I think there is something for everyone, but we chose to sit somewhere where we could also have the view of the city because it was just so beautiful to look at it from this side as well. Now we are going to eat at the street food market. I'm so excited because yesterday we just briefly passed through, so can't wait to try some new food. And then we are going to the beach because it's so hot. We came to Ballarò Market, which is the oldest and busiest market in Palermo, and the energy here is something that everyone should experience definitely when coming to Palermo. You can find a lot of different street food, fresh vegetables, seafood, meat, arancini, and a lot of Palermo style pizzas. As you see, it's very chaotic but super authentic, and you can hear people in Sicilian dialect screaming and inviting customers to come to their stand to buy food. So it's definitely a fun experience, and we grabbed some fresh juice and of course some seafood to go. After food, it was beach time. So again, we took two buses and went this time to a beach called Mondello. We didn't go to the main one actually. We went to Mondello Rocky Beach, which is just a bit further, but I liked it more because the water was so clear and it was so nice to swim there. In the afternoon, we decided to see the main Mondello sandy beach that I didn't like at all because there was a lot of seagrass, so I just swam once. But anyways, it was quite late, so we headed back to Palermo. We grabbed some pizza for dinner and went back to chill on our boat. Good morning and bye bye Palermo.
Buonasera signorina, buonasera.
Moving on to the east coast, we are heading first to Siracusa, and we took the train from Palermo to Siracusa. That was 6 hours with one stop in Messina where we had to change the train. Many hours later we finally arrived, and for me it was fine because I slept probably 5 out of these 6 hours. We ate some pasta on the way to our apartment, and then we just went to check in and decided to go out immediately. But the apartment was very nice, even though we didn't spend so much time in it. We stayed here 2 nights and the location was perfect. It was on the tip of Ortigia, which is the island connected to Siracusa and the heart of Siracusa basically. There is a lot of narrow streets here, cafes, little piazzas, and a lot of Baroque buildings. So we couldn't wait to go out and explore. But first we decided to have a little dip in the sea. Let's go take a coffee and then first to the beach because someone can't wait. We figured out that there is no such thing as a beach in Siracusa except some rocks where people just come and decide to jump from, or the metal structures that just allow you easier access to the sea. So we had a short dip and then headed back to the city because we wanted to explore it a bit before the sunset. Siracusa was actually founded by Greeks 3,000 years ago, and at the moment it rivaled Athens in size and influence. Today is a beautiful mix of ancient ruins, Baroque streets, and seaside charm. Here in Ortigia is the Piazza Duomo with a cathedral built into the remains of a Greek temple that unfortunately we couldn't see well because it was under construction, but everyone says that this is one of the most stunning squares in all of Italy. One of the unique things about Siracusa is that it's the only place in Europe where papyrus grows naturally, and it's right here in this pond, and it just feels like a little oasis with this beautiful view of the sea behind it. I really enjoyed our time in Siracusa. It's so cozy and has a slower and more elegant feel compared to Palermo. Of course, each one is very beautiful on its own, but Siracusa has an extra point also for having a lot of cats. I mean, I think you know why I love it here. And And after a short walk, we headed to the restaurant for dinner. I'm a big pistachio fan, so Sicily in general is my dream place because there is everything with pistachios. So tonight I tried pasta with pistachio sauce and it was amazing. What is this? The goal of the day is to find a beach where we can swim for a bit longer and stay for most of the day. But first we are passing through the old market of Siracusa, and if I compare this market to the one in Palermo, this one is very calm and there is not much going on, but the food still looks amazing and there is a lot of fresh fish, vegetables and fruits. We just took some lemon granita to refresh ourselves and also some arancini for takeaway to eat it later at the beach. Then we headed to the beach that we found on Google Maps that looked decent and also reachable. That was saying 33 minutes away. So we decided to give it a try and start the hike. On the way, we saw so many beautiful spots that were only reachable with the boat, unfortunately, but we still kept going and going until we found our spot. And trust me when I say this wasn't 33 minutes that Google Maps was saying. So I would think twice next time before going somewhere like this, but definitely the spot was very nice and we liked the beach in the end. What a hike, but we made it and we finally found the beach where we can swim and go down the cliff. But oh my god, this was a long journey, and especially in the middle of the day when the sun is the strongest. So I don't recommend to do this. Maybe if you are going earlier. Time to leave Siracusa. Hello, we arrived to Lettoiani, where we are gonna stay just one night because we want to explore Taormina, so we just chose the place that it's closest. And yeah, now we have to wait a bit to get our bus, which is, I think, this one at 21 minutes, no? Or there is a train in 45 minutes, but I think we're just gonna take a bus. Before we came to Taormina, I didn't know that this town is so high up on the hill. So the best way to reach it if you're staying in some cities around is by bus, because the train station is down by the sea. So you would have to take either a cable car or a bus afterwards. First we headed to eat something and then we started exploring the city. Taormina is probably the most famous town in Sicily, and honestly, it felt like everyone was there when we visited. Super crowded, but still really beautiful. There is also famous ancient Greek theater here, but we didn't go inside this time. We just kept walking through the little streets. The town is also known for its ceramics, and I completely fell in love with them, especially the teste di moro, those colorful ceramic head vases that you see everywhere in every city so far, but here I felt like I even saw them more. And there's actually a legend behind them that a Sicilian girl fell in love with a Moorish man during the Arab occupation, but things went wrong when he lied to her and she found out that he had a family back there, so she cut off his head and used it as a flower pot. Dark story, but now it's one of the symbols of Sicily. After a short walk, we ended the day in the Villa Comunale gardens, just as the sun was setting, which was the perfect moment to be there. The gardens were quiet, the sky turned orange, and we had the perfect view over the coast. Good morning from our last day in Sicily. I love this scarf, let's call it, that I just made into a top. And it's so cute, it's full of these Sicilian motifs. Today we are going to try to go to Isola Bella. I'm just saying try because we don't even know how to reach there exactly, and also if buses are going to work for us. And then after that, in the afternoon, I think we're just going to be here in this Letojanni place to be at the beach. Let's see where the day take us. So right below Taormina is Isola Bella, which literally means the beautiful island. It's this tiny island connected to the beach by a strip of a sand, so when the tide is low you can actually walk across. The water was clear, but it was so crowded that we immediately knew we are not going to stay here for a long time. We just wanted to take a dip because everybody was speaking about Isola Bella, but to me personally there are way better beaches than this one. So we decided to go up to Taormina with the cable car, and the views are amazing. Even though the ride is just 5 minutes, you get to see a lot of things. And we went back to the same spot to grab some snacks and decided to spend some time in the Villa Comunale again. We went back to Letojanni, to the beach, and spent there the rest of our day, and it was really nice and relaxing. We were sad that we didn't stay here for a bit longer, but I guess now we know for the next time. would be it for this vlog. I hope you enjoyed our time in Sicily, and comment what was your favorite city. I am still thinking about it, but I think Siracusa was mine.